One more presentation before we'll let you all go and grab a coffee and have a quick break. And I hope you're all ready to get a little bit weird. Neve, can you tell us about the next session, please?
Always ready to get a little bit weird. I have a question for you, and you're not going to expect me to ask this, but here we go. What does Skibidi Toilet Rizz mean to you? In this next session, we're about to find out all about the strategy behind the weirdness on Currys' socials, which has been going viral all over socials. Let's go and get the behind-the-scenes story of their social media success with Ryan Todd, Senior PR and Social Media Manager at Currys.
Hello. We did have James O'Brien here yesterday, so this is a little bit of a drop down in tone. But what does Skibidi Toilet Rizz mean to you? I'm Ryan, the Senior Social Media and PR Manager at Currys. As we say, here to chat through the weirdness that has delivered an average of 1 million organic likes a month in the past 6 months. Can you go viral? This age-old request from senior stakeholders will send shudders down the spines of every social media manager in the room. Luckily for me, Currys do go viral after years of failure on a regular occasion, and I'm able to prove the worth of that virality to the business. This is how we do it. This is my strategy for Currys socials. So, creative. I have no issue with jumping on a trend. I just try to make sure I add value to it, whether it be a better script, better visuals, or a different message. It's so important to build a team that plugs gaps in your own ability. So I'm strong on planning, copywriting, directing, but atrocious on camera, and I'm also over the age of 30, so most trends go straight over my head. Audience. We have such a broad audience at Currys. We sell to absolutely everyone. Therefore, we take the platform-first approach on our main accounts, whereby we focus on drawing eyeballs to our content through whatever works on that platform and putting our Currys message or spin through as a sub-message. Then we also have more niche accounts on social. So for example, gaming, health and beauty, where we're more focused on our audience here and we can speak in their tone of voice. Trends. Simple. In particular, it's extremely difficult to garner attention on channels like TikTok as a brand without jumping onto a trend. With trends, we found the best time to hit is when only a few people have jumped on it. So too early, the algorithm hates it. Too late, you've missed the opportunity to put your spin on it. Speed. This is the most important, arguably. Our mission statement is to make Currys famous on social media. To do this, I've persuaded the marketing director that my strategy is the way to do it. Approach, tone of voice, and the line are all agreed in advance to allow me the freedom needed so we're not waiting 3 months for approval on a video. I'm sure there's social media managers in the room still trying to get a very demure video through brand. We still need to get a Currys message across in each piece of content, but we ask ourselves, would I watch this video if I didn't work at Currys? If we wouldn't, then why would we post it? Because no one else is going to watch it. The more eyeballs on our content, the better for Currys. I cannot emphasize enough how important TikTok has been to organic social. Not every piece of content will take off, but we try and post a quality piece of content every single day. So we found this volume balance gives us a great chance of success. As mentioned before, we find it incredibly tough to generate amazing results without jumping on a trend on TikTok. Albeit we've got to a point now where we're big enough to start our own trends. The Gen Z video is one I wanted to focus on in particular, where I found a very small video from a small real estate agent in America and put my own spin on it. It's now been done by pretty much every single brand under the sun, with varying levels of success. Shout out to Hever Castle, that's my favourite by far, much better than ours. I understood roughly 5% of my own script, which goes back to my earlier point on filling out those skill sets, gaps in your team. As you can see from these examples, we don't worry about production value or clean creative a lot of the time. TikTok values authenticity, humor, and entertainment. And I think actually, over the past week, this video here has actually picked up another 3 million views and another 135,000 likes. So this presentation is already out of date. There's also a longevity piece that's picking up in TikTok now as a trend. And Moving on to, the PR coverage. Here's a snapshot of just some of the incredible PR coverage that Gen Z moment delivered. We had Chris Moyles, Jeremy Vine, The Mirror, The Star, and many more covering our story, including, weirdly, Brisbane and Chicago news stations. All of the ridiculous coverage adds up to a multi-million-pound estimated media value from a video that cost under £1,000 to create. Instagram. It's simplistic, but our goal is to drive likes and views. On Instagram, it's often through reposting our TikTok content, without the watermark, of course. We had amazing success with the transition trend, which is on that side there, and we milked it. So we produced 5 videos around this particular trend and landed an outrageous 25 million organic views and 1.25 million organic likes across all channels. I even managed to find a real colleague in store called Ken here to film a Barbie parody, which took off and really brought to life our colleague personality, which is really important to Currys, and where we find our best success is bringing to life those colleagues, their personality, and what they do at Currys, those relatable retail moments. X, or Twitter. Pop culture is king here, and whilst there's limited cut through these days, we find plenty of success by tapping into sport and politics. I'd say we've drawn our tone of voice here roughly a couple of notches below Ryanair. Let's move past that. So, similar to X, Facebook is a struggle. For us, the sentiment on the channel is probably about 99% negative due to it being our main customer service complaints channel. But we have over 1 million followers or fans on there. How much of a fan they are is obviously debatable, but we keep the account ticking along really nicely with largely throwback tech content to elicit feelings of nostalgia and keep our brand front of mind. And we've had some really fantastic results on the channel there. So looking at our 6-month results, as I mentioned before, they're actually out of date, so that 5.2 million number has now reached 6 million over the past 6 months, putting us right up there with the very best in the world on social media in virtually whatever metric you want to measure by. We measure by likes because we find it's the best way of just showing people who are actually engaging in our content in a positive way. We've had huge follower growth, plus national and broadcast PR coverage resulting from our video content. I focus on creating content that is culturally relevant, which always gives you a chance of reaching mainstream media. Most importantly, though, we're able to finally track to the bottom line now, which has always been a challenge in organic social media. We've had brilliant sales uplift through our marketing ROI model, and we've also managed to drive a 700% increase in web traffic the week after the Gen Z video went viral, which was a company record. And finally, my favorite piece of content I've worked on, this is the outtakes from our viral Gen Z video.
Get drip, low drip, something. Need a new phone? Outtakes. This air fryer is goat. Oh, very mindful. Is yes. Slay queen. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. What? It's serving Cumberland sausages.
Thank you for listening to my presentation.